Yo,
Yo.
yo, what is good, Chris? First of all, before we start, welcome back, my boy. Yo, you've been missed. Hope you haven't caught no frostbite. Hope you don't need a rap like your boy out here. How you feeling?
Feeling good, bro. The heat is on. Lights are on. You know what I'm saying? The streets are not salted in Dallas, Texas. They are not plowed 3 days later. But I'm okay because I'm in my house, so it don't matter. But we all good here.
Word. So, we back. Reselling 101. I'm Daniel.
Chris.
I'm Ethan. And if you're loving Reselling 101, hit that subscribe under below.
Yo, if you like the video, why the fuck don't you like the video?
You want to comment, you know, we'll get into some topics. If you guys want any questions, any comments, concerns, you know, we're here to help. This is why we're here, you know. We're here to share the knowledge, talk with the people, get a community going, you feel me?
Yeah. And by any means, we are not experts. If you have suggestions, you got topics you want to bring up, yo, drop it down in the bottom, bro. We're here to listen, so let's get it.
Maybe even bring you on Zoom with us one day. If you got a topic that we really like and we'd rather you explain it than us.
Guess appearances? Can I be like Tyler? Can I be like Tyler Perry and just have like put on a wig and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, can't do that.
Do what you gotta do. You gotta do that.
whatever floats your boat. All right.
All right, let's get it.
Word, yo. Let's get into this. We're gonna be talking about the trophy room ones. Yo, we gotta talk about, you know, that release and the things that went on. That's actually a very big thing we could talk about. We'll get into something I wanted to bring up of different markets and what to do and not to do when you're entering these markets. And everybody's gonna talk about, you know, the markets that we're into. And one big thing, the Carmines came out. We got to talk about that. Maybe even show them a little bit here. Ethan, you still got a pair? You shipped them out already? Ship them out. All right, well, I got this pair of 2014 Carmines that I could show, and we'll go based off of that because they're pretty similar, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Word. So, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
So, the trophy room ones. None of us got a pair, of course, because, you know, only 12,000 pairs were released. You know, it's a hard release as is. And it gets even harder when your boy Marcus Jordan, the son of Michael Jordan, decides, yo, could probably make some bread on these. Let me backdoor the hell out of 11,000 pairs.
Question though.
Allegedly. Throw that out there first.
Okay, but let's say this shit did happen. How much money does he need? His dad is Michael Jordan.
Who knows what happened behind closed doors? You know how it is sometimes.
Maybe he cut him off. He got mad.
Nah, I feel you though, because that really did get me tight when I saw that. Like, yo, apparently he backdoored 11,000 pairs. So there was like 1,000 pairs for the people out there. And I've always wondered, because I've seen a bunch of NBA stars putting them on. Does that 12,000 include the ones that celebrities are wearing? Like, do they get their own batch, or does that come within that certain number?
I'm pretty sure they get their own badge because you be seeing celebrities out here like a couple weeks ahead of time. They already have the shoe. So Nike is just hooking them up at that point. So, and I don't know, you're a marketing guy. I'm sure there's things called brand ambassadors and shit. Like, I'm sure Nike has that, just like every company, like a DJ Khaled.
Of course.
Like, I'm sure if DJ Khaled wants a pair, he can have a pair. So.
But that's the thing I wondered, because when the Dior's came out, there was a certain number of Dior's, and everybody knows they're numbered inside. So I was like, I wonder, did they have like specially made batches just for celebrities? Of course, because of the brand ambassador. But then the other part of me is kind of like, would they really go that far though?
That's true.
But back to the trophy room ones. Ethan, how much are they reselling for now?
3,500 to 4,000, depending what size we get.
With an 8.5 going up to 5K right now.
Damn, how that money would look sweeter in my pocket.
Right.
I mean, they were supposed to be on the Nike app, and some people never sold on the Nike app. Other people had errors. Other people saw that it was already sold out before it even dropped. Like, it was a mess of a release,
I never saw those on my sneakers app, so I don't know.
Neither did I, so I couldn't tell you. And the day of the release, they had the raffle where you had to put in like a whole thing and send an email, and the emails weren't even going through. I'm like, yo, what is this?
Yeah, and I barely even saw, just for reference, I barely even saw the dunks today. Like, the dunks came through, and as soon as the dunks draw came out, they were like, you're not selected. Like, and the timer was still going. I was like, all right, bro. Like, thanks. Should never even signed up. But, all right.
You win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah, it's just how the game is. So
More like
Lesson
you win one and
101.
lose more.
You win one and you're good for months. Look at me. I got those Grinch Kobe's and since I have not hit on crap on the Nike app.
Damn. Same. And I know I'm not the only one that does this sometimes. When you go and you see releases like that, and you go and transfer like $400 in your account, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to fucking hit on these shits. Like, I'm going to hit on at least one of these motherfuckers. And I transfer the money. I wasted transfer from my savings to my check-ins, and I'm like, I didn't hit on shit. So it's just disappointing. It's just that more disappointing. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
you know, it was humbling this morning taking the L on the Stussy Hirachis. I'm like, yo, who wears Hirachis still, dog? Like, why am I taking
Yes.
L's on Hirachis?
That is the epitome of sadness right there. When you hitting L's on Hirachis, these shoes haven't been relevant for how many years now? When was the last time you see somebody with all black pair of Hirachis like rocking them?
5 years ago, maybe like our senior year of high school.
Probably.
Yeah,
Nick.
5 years ago. But let's get into the other parts of this, yo. So, you know, like we said, you're gonna win one and probably lose 16 for the next few months. You guys got lucky with some Carmines. What'd you guys think of the pairs? Because we know the reports came out of the pink midsole with all the dye and stuff running off onto the sneakers.
Supposedly, they released the good ones first for the raffle. And now they're starting to throw in stores the pink ones just to throw out there.
So, 2014 pair. Got the air on the back. The newer ones got the new little Nike air that they've been doing with all the new releases. Any differences, Chris? I know yours are coming in the mail, but they're pretty much the same thing, right? Am I bugging?
I'm pretty sure they're the same. Yeah, it's from what I know. Either go ahead.
The new ones are lengthier. Like they're a lot. In my opinion, they're lengthier when I saw it. The quality, in my opinion, was trash. The red was trash. Way better, probably 2014 pair. Other than that, of course, like you said, the Nike Air. That's about it.
Word.
Yeah, I have heard that. I have heard that red material is pretty trash. So we shall see, though.
Facts.
When they come in.
We got the silver ones tomorrow. Silver toes, black with a silver back. How you guys feel about them? Women's, right? Not bugging,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah.
All the fires are going to the women as of late, and all the men are getting a bunch of re-releases that are just garbage quality. But you know, it is what it is.
Stop being so sexist, Daniel.
I'm not, but it's frustrating when I'm a size 12 in women, and that's the biggest size they go to, and all these resellers are like, yo, 12 in women, I'm buying that. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to just go F myself. It's fine.
Well, I mean, it's better than, like, not even having a size of women.
Sure, I forgot you're like a size 18.
Yeah.
Ethan, what's the projections on these, yo? How they looking?
Well, first, before we get into this one, me and Dan got a quick story on the other ones that came out, I think, 2 years ago. They're going for 1,000. The satin red ones.
Oh, God.
So they were going for 1,000 when they first came out. And little did we know, within 2 weeks, they dropped down to like
Nah, it wasn't 2
350.
weeks. It was like a month almost. Because remember, it started like climbing up mad slow. It hit like 700, 800 out of nowhere. It just shot straight down to 300. The red satin toes.
Yep.
I remember those. Yeah.
So same for these. Do not, unless you're holding for a year.
Do not buy.
Just hold them for a month. Yeah, do not buy because you're gonna be undercut.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way. That was when that was a one and done for us buying high on certain sneakers.
Yep.
So would you guys note that that's most of women's shoes? Because I feel like that's most of women's shoes.
It depends. It depends. The one for the most
part,
the
cream fours were like that. The cream fours, when they first came out, they were touching 800-900, and then now you can get a pair for like $400, $500, which is still, more than obviously it's resale, but I mean it's not like Off-White hype where you're paying
$2K.
Exactly. So
there's been certain women's sneakers that haven't, like the blue chills, the ones that came out. What was that, like 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
3 years, 3 years.
3 years. It came out the same week as the sixes, the infrared sixes and the turbo greens.
Yep.
All-Star game in Charlotte, right? That was the year.
All-Star. Yep. All-Star.
Yeah. So those have been up in like the 700 since. Like they have never fell back down. That's one of those shoes. I don't know. Like for whatever reason, they just went up and stayed up and just never came back down.
Those and the twist, the black and white ones you had before.
Yeah. So Ethan, what advice you got for the people? What sizes do you go for in women's normally? I know it's a weird.
Yeah, the weird thing about women's, everybody goes for 12 because technically that's the most, but so many people get size 12 that everybody undercuts each other. So at this point, you're just fighting each other for a sale. So I would just aim for like that 10 to 11 and a half just to get a better sale.
Yeah, the 10 to I realized that too, yo. Like that's my go-to with women's sneakers, 10 and a half and women's, yo. That been the money size for whatever reason. And then the weird like 5 to like 6.
Yep.
Thanks for the advice, because I personally feel like I never hit on women's sneakers. So, because I do exactly what you're saying. I go for the biggest size. I'm like, all right, this shit is gonna sell, because it's gonna sell. So I don't know about you guys. I'm always scared about smaller sizes. Always.
Anything from 6 to 9.5 terrifies me. Like straight up terrifies me, dog. Like I'll see, because even when it sells out, the big sizes, those are the sizes that are sitting there, and I'm like, they're sitting there for a reason. I'm not gonna do it. And then it takes like 6 months for the price to go up. I'm like, all right, good thing I didn't do it.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Is it just me? What would you say are more the popular size, both men? If you just get into this, if you just want to strictly resell, men and women, what are the sizes you're going to click in right off the bat? That isn't your size.
6 to 7, and then I would go 10.5 to 11.5.
Okay.
Depending the shoe.
So you're not. Gotcha. Okay. That's good information. I mean, that's very good information, because honestly, there be times that even me, and I've been doing this for a minute, I go on sneakers and I'm just clicking. I'm just clicking, whatever goes, like, come with me. And it's probably why it's probably why I be hitting a lot, because I just be clicking to click, and whatever comes to me, comes to me. But there are times where like other sizes are going for more, other sizes are going for, a little less, but it does get a little tricky. So
what size you pick for the dunks today for women's?
13. And then I picked the 12 and a half. I picked the 12 and a half, and then I picked I want to say the other one for the women's size was like the biggest size I can do. So
12.
12, yeah. So I picked all the big sizes, yeah.
I mean, it depends on the shoe, because 13 and 12 sometimes be the money sizes for some shoes too, for whatever reason. 10 and a half to 11 and a half. The 10 and a half takes the longest normally to go up in price. 11 and a half be bred off the rip. And the 8.5, the 8 to like 9.5 is the long-term hold sizes. Like if you're holding them for a minute, those are always the money sizes down the line for whatever reason. So it really depends what your outlook is.
I feel like it's more like the OG Jordans. Like that 12, 13, those OG Jordans always go for bread. But that like 8 to 9.5 is like the lowest. It's weird.
Gotcha. Because there's old heads like me that got monster feet and love those OG colorways. So.
And willing to spread the bread. They're like, yo, 400? I bet. Send me a pair.
Speaking of the power of the old head, can we talk about the Griffeys though that dropped this week?
I
try to get rid of my size, and I'm like, yo, Griffeys, no one wants these. There's no way, bro. Assed out.
Bro, tell me how in high school I had 2 pair of those, and then by the time like I had got a pair, and then like a year and a half had like passed by, people were like, why the fuck do you still have Griffeys? Like, what are you, some ratchet? Like, you, boy, get them shits off your feet. And all of a sudden, they hot again. All of a sudden, they sold out. And I was like, what? Like,
but that's all the old shoes, like the Barclays, except the foams. The foams are still the only shoe that gets shitted on for whatever reason. But the Barclays, sell out quick as hell too now.
Which is crazy, because the foams were like the shoe. Like, I don't know. That's the shoe that got me into sneakers. So,
I agree, yo. When someone had foams, I was like, damn, how you get those? Like they $220. They're hard as hell to
Yeah,
get. Like that was that one shoe back then.
Now
bro. I
people
didn't
say
even think
foam. They're like, if they're not on sale, I don't want them.
exactly. So that's kind of
What you about to say, Chris?
crazy
My
how
bad.
the thing. It's crazy how shit flips up though, bro. But I mean, we shall see.
Word. And let me bring up the next topic since we're talking about, old sneakers, new sneakers, foams. And it was about, don't jump into markets that you don't know about. Since we're all talking about this,
Markets.
there's different ways of making money. Everybody here has a different formats, different ways, different side hustles. So if you guys just want to break down what you guys do and the things that you know for a fact, like all right, I'm gonna ask Chris or Dan for this because I know, or Ethan because I know damn well I can't do this. If you guys want to start off, just talk about what you guys do and things you guys usually look for help on. To give people an idea.
Um.
It's not bad to ask help.
Yeah, no, I'll let you
Well,
go first. Well, I don't know. Mine's gonna be short. I don't know if
you
you
got
want to
it.
go.
You got it. No, start up. Start up.
So with me, I do traditional investing, so stocks, even a little bit of crypto, like stuff like that. I get into that. I don't get to too extensive of the stock stuff because that shit can get dangerous real quick. There's a lot of people that trade on this stuff called margin, which like Robinhood will give you. They'll give you like I don't know. They'll give like kids fresh out of high school like $10,000, and you trade on margin, and like that $10,000 that could turn into something real dangerous real quick. But it could also be easy money. Like sometimes they do good trades and you can make money. But I don't want to. I would never. It's exactly what Dan's saying. Don't get into something you don't know. And it's a lot of these. I don't know if you guys heard about that kid that ended up taking his life
Yeah.
because of Robinhood. It's stuff like that. So he took out margin. This is from what I've read. I don't know anything. I don't want to speak bad about anybody. This is just what I've read. So he took out margin and he wasn't able to pay it back, and the margin was somewhere over 500K. So it's just what you're saying, just getting into stuff you don't know about, and that could be extremely dangerous. So me, for myself, I just stick to stocks and crypto and what I know, and sneakers. So that's what I know. I'm going to stick to that, and it's been doing me okay. Obviously, I'm not the richest man on earth, but it does. So that's mine.
Word. E.
Going from what Chris is saying, I wouldn't even think about doing stocks because I don't know nothing about it. I wouldn't go in that area without asking Chris a question like, "Yo, how do I do this, and that?" Without like using my money. But sneakers, yeah, number one thing. I mean, starting out in champs, learning the ways of business, learning the monthly and quarterly and everything. I learned how to just buy for the low, just sell for the high, either holding, investing, keeping, selling quick. I just learned over time, researching. I didn't just jump into it, of course. Research over time how to make the money to do that. One thing I wouldn't do in sneakers, bulk buying, because you have to find either the right price or it's a little tricky because if you don't have the right person at the right price, then you're gonna be stuck with 50 pairs, 20 pairs, and they're not selling. So you have to know the trends.
Word.
I
Now,
got, I
don't
got
worry,
a funny
I know you
story
got
about
one more.
bullfighting.
Okay, Chris, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell your story.
No. When Ethan's done, I'll tell the story about bullfighting.
No, I'm done. I want to hear this.
Oh, so I had this is when I had first moved to New Jersey. I had went and bulk bought like. Do you remember when I bulk bought all those shoes? Huh? I have bulk bought maybe like 15 to 20 pairs of shoes off this guy that was supposedly reselling all his whole collection. So it had like the Turtle Dove Yeezys in there. He had a pair of 9s. He had a pair of Fire 5s. He had like I think it was Black Cement 3s in there. And they were all like a range of sizes between like 10.5 and 12. Whatever, I gave the guy like, I think it was like $1,500 for everything, including the Turtle Dove.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Turtle Dove, son? Like that goes for like by itself like $800 or $900 at the time. Like I easily can get flipped. Let me find out. I was so excited about this deal. But I looked at all the shoes, but I didn't inspect the turtle doves too well. Turtle doves ended up being a little foo-foo. And then the only reason I found this out was because I sold them. I was not even looking at them. I just cleaned them and sold them. And the guy supposedly complained that they were fake, and I was like, "Fuck, bro! I guess I gotta give this guy his money back." It was on eBay. I was like, "Shit! I guess I gotta give this guy his money back and just fuck it. I gotta find something to do with these shoes." And I ended up giving them to I don't know. E, is there a Plato's Closet by you over there?
Yeah, what?
Is there a Plato's Closet by you, like those thrift stores? So I ended up giving it to like this thrift store. I was like, I'm not gonna do anything with these. And I think, like, thankfully, I ended up cutting out even. So it wasn't too much of a loss. But if the deal's too good to be true, it's too good to be true, man.
Exactly.
So
Word.
don't bite into those lots, bro. Those lots could be dangerous.
Exactly.
That'd be me with the, since we're talking about that now, that'd be me with the sports cards, yo. Because Ethan got me into sports cards, and that's been my crack right now, yo. I've been wilding the hell out on these cards, yo. But, you know, I made sure to do my research firsthand because sports cards is dangerous, dog. Like, yo, if you find cards from the early 2000s, you'll be like, yo, this must go for bread, yo, because this is an old card. You look, it's like a penny, and you're like, oh, crap. But thankfully, my dad had a bunch of cards just stashed away, so I was able to learn that quick, and then Ethan told me what to look at now, and, you know, that's helped me a long way. The Funko stuff, you guys know, I basically just go for the stuff I like, because most of the shows I like were from when I was a young kid, so most of those things are going to be going for bread now since they're dead shows or dead movies and stuff. And the price just goes up with time. And, of course, the sneakers. Yeah. You know, the sneakers is always a must. That's easy money for us, since we know now. And like Ethan said, yo, the stocks, Chris's go-to, my boy. Like, anything I see, I'll be like, yo, Chris, what you think about this? And Chris will give me a full body breakdown to the point that I'm like, yeah, we're closing this out. We're not doing this.
Nah, and it's kind of like the opposite, bro. I really want to learn about cards, bro. Like, honestly, like, I have 2 binders full of old, like, 80s cards. And I'm like, yo, I know one of these cards got to be going for bread. Like, I got signed, like, Sammy Sosa cards. Like, I got, like, you wouldn't even think, I got, like, a rookie, like, Roger Clemens card. Like, I'm sure some of these cards got to be going for money, bro. But I just don't have, I don't even know where you would sell such cards.
eBay. Probably the only thing.
eBay?
eBay's the go-to.
Oh, yeah, eBay's the go-to.
Or if you know exactly where the card came from, you can get it graded, and it'll go for even more money, which is another whole thing that we could talk about a different time on the episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's complicated in itself, because I've seen people pay for these cards to get graded, and I'm like, I'm gonna pay you $10 a card for you to grade my card, like that I could sell my card. I don't.
It's just you gotta know. Like, you know, I got, for example, let me show you this one. I got a Zach Moss autographed rookie patch card, so I know this is gonna go for bread if Zach Moss is dogging his Devin Singletary still a bum next year. So I'll get that graded, but I'm not gonna get graded. You know, let me see. I'm not gonna get this Sam Darnold card graded when I know damn well he might get traded any week now, and the hype on Sam Darnold might die. Like, it really just, you have to know, like, the trends and following the trends of players.
And if we go for basketball, I can show you a couple. There's Luka card.
Okay.
Like, the inserts, you got to know, like, what is what. Of course, Luka's a big star, so nothing that's never going to go down, ever. And Mr. Hype himself,
Zion.
You already know the rookie card. Depending on how good he does in the further years, that's what they go for bread. And you gotta go for like the jerseys. Like that's part of Jimmy Butler's jersey, and his, was it 179 out of 179.
Word.
So yeah, it's just a little details to like just hold and sell depending what you get.
Gotcha.
So it's not as complicated as it sounds. It's just really, it's long story short, the stock market of sports, like, pretty much.
I mean, that just seems like, I don't know, because you see so many, like, creator of cards, like, or so many manufacturers, like Toppers. I don't know the other fucking manufacturers, but there's a lot. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that make cards. Like, how do you know which ones are, per se going to sell and are not? Like, what brands are synonymous on selling, what brands are not? So, like,
usually you go for Panini. Panini is like the number one manufacturer for NBA, and then like sometimes you gotta look up like what year is the NFL or like the NBA. Sometimes, like in 1970, it was like Fleer, I think it's pronounced, but only they produced it. So like if it wasn't Fleer, then it was BS. Like it's doesn't mean anything. So you're definitely right.
Basic ass cards, like. Because the thing is, like, the reason they get the jersey patches and the autographs because they got partnerships with the teams and the leagues, so they can get the jersey patches to put them on, and that's tops with MLB. So
Got you.
We can get into that a lot more in another episode because these are supposed to be a little bit shorter, but we can definitely break that down on an episode if anybody's interested out there.
Well, if you're interested in that, comment at the bottom and we will go over that because I am just as interested as you are. So.
Word. But guys, we're going to leave it there for now. Glad we can come here and talk about the sneaker market and keep watching it. Big release tomorrow. Make sure you have that 10 o'clock alarm on so you can wake up for these ones and take our L's like always.
Yes, sir. 9 a.m. if you're in Central Time. Bro, that's been a little bit of a struggle for me, bro. I'm used to 10 and 9 o'clock hits and I'm like,
imagine living in the West, 7 in the morning.
Shit, bro, I just missed out on these sneakers. Like, fuck.
And Saturday, Wolf Grade 3s. Chris, I know you're big on the classics. How's that going to go?
Bro, those might go. Those might stay in. If I hit on those might stay in my closet. No cap. I had those in high school, and I mistakenly traded them for something that I don't even know. But I need them shoes back. So hopefully they're not hype enough so nobody buys them.
And so they sell out at 10:01, and we're all like, bro, really? Really?
Really?
No one liked these.
Travis Scott isn't wearing these shoes. Why are they selling out?
Elon Musk hasn't tweeted about these.
So,
but
all right, guys.
We'll be back next week, and we'll be here tomorrow or Saturday for the podcast. We got to see what's good with that. Until then, peace.
Peace.